Good morning, David Molina. How are you doing, sir?
Good morning, Kurt. Great. Good to be here.
Thanks.
How are you doing?
Good. I'm excited. This is your second appearance on Crom Updates. You are the first person I reached out to get a pinup of Crom,
Awesome.
your version, your vision. So I ended up
Right.
sending you a copy of the current Crom Collected, and of course,
Yes.
I am in the midst. These pages are the truth of what it is I'm doing right now,
Yeah.
which is I'm taking these pages and I am giving up my three-dimensional value. So with the revised edition of Crom Collected, I'm going to be reaching out to just a few individuals,
Yeah.
yourself, and then I just recorded 2 weeks ago with a gentleman by the name of James Dixon, who's the
Okay.
episode before this. He's in New Zealand.
Nice.
So that's going to be really exciting. And the biggest news right now is Crom the Barbarian.com has moved
All
from
right.
WordPress to Squarespace as a blog, and we're looking for people to subscribe
Cool.
to keep you updated. So every Tuesday morning at a.m. Eastern Time, I'll be releasing a new blog post with these videos in it. So this would
Okay.
be blog post number 8, and it will have a nice, probably 20-minute video keeping up to date on what's going on with blog.
Okay.
And I haven't even, I could see what you have, and
Yeah.
I'm going to, in a second, turn my camera over to you.
Okay.
So all these good people, these Crom fans, these sword and sorcery comic book collectors are going to just get blown away because, as you can tell in my stumbling speech, I'm pretty overwhelmed. But before I do the reveal, David, tell
Okay.
me what you've been thinking since the last time we've met, and then, of course, how you've come to this point in the pinup you're working on.
Okay. Oh, well, I mean, since last time we spoke, you gave me free reign to do my version of Crom, right?
Thank
And
God I did too.
and I was like, okay, well, how am I gonna do this? I can go there's like the medieval route, which Conan's, done in the past. We can go through like the Viking age, kind of put those flavorings in it. But I kind of wanted a little bit something a little bit different, right? And are you showing the image now?
I'm going to show right
Okay,
now.
okay.
Go
And
ahead.
so
Everybody can
and
see it.
okay,
Woohoo! Look at that.
okay. So this is many sketches have come and gone to get to this point,
Right?
right? And I have been taking pictures of those. So at a later point we can see them. But anyways, um, so I'm just right here. I'm just playing with the figure work, shadows, lights, shadows. I'm not really doing any attire on Crom yet. Um,
Okay.
so this is another iteration of him because so I spoke with my brother. He's also an artist, and
Uh-huh.
we speak about, I call him sometimes. He's in Arizona. I'm in Texas. We talk about everything art, right? Lighting, whatever. Um,
Yeah.
and so he's like, hey, how about you give him a more of a C curve to his body, right? So give him more dynamism. So hey, you're right, because my guy here, he looks pretty stiff. He looks pretty darn stiff, and also his
Hmm.
head, right? I thought so, and
Yeah.
so I kind of changed
Okay.
it up to go here, right?
Right.
I still don't know how I'm gonna do the final piece. If I want more shadows or more line work, I don't know yet, right? I'm still playing with that,
Oh,
but this is
all
where I'm
right.
at right now. So
Oh my God, this is great.
it's changed, right? I got
Yeah.
my little guys up there. It's changed
Right.
quite a bit, but I do like his expression,
Oh wow.
and
Yeah.
I don't have a sword. I'm playing with the idea of giving him more of a like a Native
War.
American, hammer,
Yeah.
whatever the
War
heck that
club.
was. There you
War
go, war
club.
club. There you go.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, this is what it's coming out to be, but um, really
So
excited.
this right
Yeah.
now, what we're looking at would
Hmm.
be the pencils to the final, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, great, great.
Yeah.
Hey, go back to that singular sketch of
Oh, okay.
the one of
This guy
the
here.
one before. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Pull it up. Go up a bit. No, move up. Just move up your. Yeah, move. Yeah, perfect, 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 perfect. Oh,
Okay.
wow, that's great. And then your gray valued one
Great
underneath
value.
it. Yeah. Oh man. Oh wow. Okay, so he's laying down, and
Yeah.
these are like ball headed white giants.
I didn't even know like their color, but I haven't
Okay.
played with that idea yet.
Well,
But yeah,
there's a tour a Joe Kubert tour,
yes,
you
yeah,
know is and one of the first stories he gets taken to a volcano erupts and he goes over to this like other land island or what have you, and then there's these cave people much like him that are being
yeah,
harassed by these large ball-headed white guys. That was
yeah.
immediately what I thought. Um, so tell me more. Tell me more about the like, let's say the story aspect. Are
Okay,
you building? Are you building anything in the way of stories? Which is kind of a dumb question to ask an artist, a fellow artist, because we always are.
right, yeah. It's always in the back of our minds, right? It's like
Oh,
we do
well, it
these.
drives us, doesn't it? I
Yeah,
mean, you're
yeah.
like,
It's gotta.
oh, I want to see him this, and this is where he came from, and this,
Yeah, exactly.
gotta
Yeah.
get him to
So
here.
this would be like Crom, Giant Slayer, right? Um,
Right.
so so it would be I haven't fleshed out the entire story in my head or whatever. I just there's just pieces here and there. But
Yeah.
I think it would be like badass him fighting a bunch of giants. You know, he fought that one giant in the
Yeah, I'm
original
gonna
comic.
move over to my camera real quick.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's the Giant from Beyond, which is
yeah.
the
The giant from
last
Beyond.
of the three stories that Gardner Fox and John Genta put together. And of course, it's kind of crazy visual is he has this large wolf head on him. So
Yeah,
then but it really speaks to like otherworldliness, like
exactly.
times
Yeah,
before, So not only were there giant men, but there were giant wolves, and of course,
yeah, yeah.
if he got into scrap with one and beat it, he skinned it and then turned it around and made it
Yeah. Pelt.
a covering. So can you pull yours down? Just go back to center it there. Like perfect,
Okay.
perfect, David, perfect, David. So yeah, give me some more background on what you're thinking here.
Okay. So at first I was debating if I wanted something more of like going, totally different on you. Kind of like a cyberpunk post-apocalyptic Crom, you know. So he'd have like this gauntlet gadget on his arm, maybe veering a little away from sword and sorcery there. But that was just a thought, an iteration I thought of.
I love it. I love it.
Um,
I love it because I have been playing around with something similar.
yeah,
Just to remind everybody, um, Crom the Barbarian is in the public domain. I do not claim any ownership. The direction I'm giving those who are working on Crom with me specifically is to take off, like really have a good time. I have in the Crom Collected revised edition coming, basically, let's say a three parts of his life. So we have the stories that I'm working on, which are before the Gardner Fox stories, and then I'll be releasing a story in prose called Crom and the Warlock of Shardor, which then really drives him off into a let's say otherworldliness. So with you talking in this, oh man, like we were saying like alternate universe,
yeah,
but even like I don't know. If you think of like alien technology,
exactly. Yeah, alien technology.
ah, cool,
Um,
cool.
I do like the futuristic comics or movies, whatever, but that the future is not all, clean. I like a little dirty future,
Huh.
rubble, buildings all broken down, There's still some
Yes.
semblance of order, but for the most part, it's kind of gone.
Right.
And you know what? Like Crom, even like your story of Crom and the Junta stories of Crom, uh, you could almost say that it's like it's almost like if they suffered a post-apocalyptic, like if they suffered something like that,
I
everything's gone to like
agree.
Neolithic.
I get that because timing wise, just once again to historically throw it down for everybody,
Yeah.
this is 1950, literally 1950, and with that, there was no sword and sorcery yet officially. There was no science fiction per se. It
Yeah.
was all categorically called science fantasy.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
So the story I work with for Crom and the Warlock of Shardor is a Planet Stories pulp uh, prose that obviously is called Warlock of Shardor. But it had such a wonky, weird, let's say, technology and science that it was very easy to kind of revert or pull it back to a more, let's call it medieval tech,
Yeah.
type of thing. So that is something that I'm going to be pushing in. But I feel a lot of people who come across Crom and work with him, there is that field of like counter Earth. It
Okay.
still
Yeah.
holds a lot of the tropes that Earth has, but it has its own identifier. So
Yeah.
I'm really digging what you're putting down.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Um. So.
So do you have any questions for me? Because really at this point, if you need my thumbs up, I'm giving you two thumbs
Thanks.
up. I'm not trying to art direct
Yeah.
for anything because I think one of the awesome parts about comics is the sequential obviousness to it,
Yeah.
but having different visions. Also, let's say in one book or in one
Oh yeah.
series, and then them butting up together, and then obviously the reader then starts having like a spark of their own.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, wouldn't it be cool, like if Crom did this, or and I
Yeah.
and this is why I'm doing this for one of the reasons, not only to work with somebody as talented as you, but it's also about like really playing with the medium
Yeah.
when it comes to also the readers,
Exactly. Yeah.
so is there anything like for the time that we haven't been in communication that you've been like,
Yeah.
I got to ask Kurt this, or
I mean, let's see.
oh
I
man,
guess
that's great.
I should have had some questions prepared, but I don't really have questions.
It's
Let's
all right.
see. Maybe if I can pull one out of my hat right now.
No, it's
um,
okay. Like, I'm not trying to eat 20 minutes up.
yeah.
It's like 20 minutes is just sort of the threshold that I kind of moderate and keep it
Yeah.
going. So it's, but this is just an update, and you're definitely coming back because we've got to
Yes.
see this.
Awesome.
We've
Thank
got to
you.
see this in completion,
Yeah.
and obviously discuss other things that are going to be going on with you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So I have been working on it off and on. I don't focus
sure,
entirely. I find like if I do that, I'll get burnt out quick. So
I agree. I'm the
yeah.
same
So
way.
I have all sorts of other little projects that I'm doing with my art. So I balance from like 20.
Do you still have the horror one you're working on? Is that
Yeah.
still going?
I still
Good,
have that one going.
good,
Yeah.
good,
And I have
good.
a few
Yeah,
other ones.
yeah, yeah. Because if you're a hardcore true sword and sorcery fan,
Yeah.
and you are also an artist, I am doing portfolio reviews, if you will. Go to
Oh, nice.
cromthebarbarian.com to
Okay.
get me because I have a wish list of people. Like, it's not
Yeah.
very long, but I also am curating this because I'm really excited to see your reaction to James Dixon's work,
Yeah. All
because
right. Cool.
once again, it's going to have that how things stack together
Yeah.
in a vision about a character, just in pinups at this point.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome.
So we're definitely going to do that.
Um,
But other than that, yeah.
Well, how does that portfolio review work?
Oh no, you're already in. I'm just saying
Oh,
that to anybody that's watching. Oh, you're already on the other side. You're on the other side, my friend. Yeah. No,
I'm
it's
in.
more that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, go
it's
ahead.
more for people that are watching because
Okay.
obviously the updates is to get people clued in and then
Yeah.
excited, and then I'll be doing probably an Indiegogo to get the funding for the revised edition. But at the same time, I really am very interested in working with other people.
Yeah.
I
Awesome.
just so everybody knows is I'm very much interested in inking and inking other people's work. Now that doesn't put on like you, for instance,
Yeah.
because even in the conversation, you're totally doing it, pencil to inks, which is totally cool. With James, he's a primary penciler,
Yeah.
so we kind of kick back, but his stuff renders so solid that it'll get printed as that. But I asked
Mm.
him if it'd be cool if I did an ink version, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Of course, that would be
Nice.
awesome." So that's really what this is all about: trying to figure out how to build a Crom community a lot
Yeah.
more in the solid sense, and knowing most people that are into this kind of stuff have their own ideas. I'd like to see them
Exactly.
drawn out and everything. So I want to
Yeah.
make this really interactive as possible.
Yeah. That's awesome that you're doing this, Kurt. Yeah. We appreciate that actually.
Well,
It's
we'll
pretty
see how
cool,
it
man.
works out. I have a lot of ideas. I get a lot of them, but this is
Yeah.
based on the success of what we've been having for Turbo Pit Fighter, which is
Exactly.
Jake Jacobs and I. We have another channel, another YouTube channel called Turbo Pit Fighter, where we work together side by side on the camera.
Yeah.
Um, he does the penciling and writing. I do the inking and co-authoring, and we're about a month away is what our goal is. And I'm pushing him to get Turbo Teaser number 2. Number
Nice.
1 will no longer be available, so any of those who have that will become an immediate collector's item and very valued on
Mhm.
the secondary market.
Awesome.
But I got to give a shout out to Turbo. Once again, I also want to say CromTheBarbarian.com is up and alive, and it'll be doing a weekly update feature, communicating not only with words in a blog, but video, as David and I are doing right now. But that's all I have, David. We'll let these
Okay.
people get back to reading comics, making them if they do. Do you have anything on the out?
No, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, and until next time.
Well, thank you for participating and playing. So I will see you very soon again, and keep reading comics.